Bonjour and welcome back. Let's look at CBSE grammar for grade 10. But why not? Why only CBSE? It can be universally applicable. These are basic concepts in grammar after all. So let's start from the very beginning, shall we? Are you ready? Okay. Let's see the topic of les articles définis. So when we look at the topic of les articles définis, what does it mean? It sounds like articles definite. Okay, it's basically definite articles or a very complicated way of saying just the word the in French. Okay, don't beat me already. That's what it means. Not I can't help it. Okay, so how do we say the in French? There are 4 the's in French. Let's look at it in a precise order. The order is very important to get your answers right. Okay, so we'll start with les, l or l apostrophe, la and l. Okay, don't mix up the order. Please follow only this order. Now, les is used. All these 4 are what? What does it translate to in English? Translates to the. Why is it a definite article? Let's look at the meaning of that. Like for example, if I were to say, give me the towel, give me the book, give me the pen, I'm being definite or specific about what I want, right? The opposite of that would be give me any towel, give me any book, or give me a pen, give me a moment. Okay, so we are looking at the and the 4 forms. Now, how do I know which the I have to use in French? So, depending on the sentence and depending on what word follows the, okay, you'll have to pick the. Okay, so les is used for when the word following the is ending in s or x. L apostrophe when the word following the starts with a vowel. La is femina. L is masculine. Okay, please write this down. You will be having charts of about half pages each, about a half page each, which I told you in my intro video, right? So every grammar topic you'll have about half page and you'll have maybe 20 to 30 grammar topics. Okay, so though it might seem very simple, oh, do I have to write it down and all of that, please write it down, preferably write it down in a separate notebook and call it grammar charts at a glance. Okay, so we have les, l, la and l. All right, now let's look at examples. For example, let's say we have a word like this, gâteau, okay, which means cakes. Now I have to run it through the les or the test. Okay, suppose the task given to me is remplissez avec les articles définis. Remplissez, fill in the blanks. Okay, so remplissez avec les articles définis. Fill in the blanks with the definite articles. So then I remember my chart. Okay, I have 4 options. Which of these 4 do I use here? Start from the top. My first option is les. So does it satisfy the les condition? Does my word end with s or x? Yes. So I go with a les. And my answer is correct. Okay. Now let's see this word. Okay. Again, remplissez avec les articles définis. Please go through the title of your task. Okay. Don't be in a hurry. Usually French exams you have a lot of time, but there could be a trick question and so on. Okay. So go through the name of the task and then do the question. Remplissez avec les articles définis dash ami. Does it end with s or x? No. Does it start with a vowel? Yes, it does start with a vowel. So I'm going to go with L apostrophe. Okay, what are the vowels in French? A, E, I, O, U, H and Y. Okay, A, E, I, O, U, H and Y. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Raison, saison, maison, any of those, right? So what happens here? Does it end with S or X? No. Does it start with a vowel? No. Now I have to go into feminine or masculine. How do I know if a word is feminine or masculine? Write down something called the gender chart. Okay, so gender chart, again, dedicate a one pager to this in your grammar charts itself. Okay, so let's look at the gender chart. What do we know about French genders? So the gender chart is something that will keep evolving. You will keep adding exceptions, your observations and so on. For now, let's just write down masculine, feminine and write a few conditions. Ends in E, Tion, Aison. Okay, ends in E, Tion, Aison. There are some exceptions like un arbre, un livre. These are masculine. Okay, so write down. As you note down exceptions, as you come across, keep writing it down. Okay, now that you have this, let's go back to the les articles définis. Okay, keep this chart open and use it as a reference. So suppose I have dash maison. Okay, so what are my options? The task was les articles définis. So I have les, L apostrophe, le, no, do the la first and then the la, and if it's not satisfying your feminine requirements, which you just wrote down, no, ends in E, Tion, Aison, doesn't satisfy that, then you put le, which is masculine. Okay, so dash maison, start here again. Does it end with S or X? Yes, so les maisons. Okay, now suppose it is this maison. Does it end with S or X? No. Does it start with a vowel? No. Does it end in E? No. Tion? No. Does it end with Aison? Yes. So then I do la maison. Okay. And the last one, let's try, for example, stylo. Again, run through. Does it end with S or X? No. Does it start with a vowel? No. Does it end with E, Tion, Aison? No. So I'm left with le stylo. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the topic of les articles définis. Follow the 4 steps. You are completely in safe territory. There is almost no way you can go wrong unless you get trapped in exceptions. Okay, so exceptions, systematically write it down as you come across them in your gender chart. Okay, keep writing them down. All right. Okay, let's stack the next topic on the knowledge of this topic. Okay, let's do les articles and définis quickly. Now, what is indefinite articles? Like I said, if I told you instead of give me the book, I say give me a book, right? Or give me a pen, give me a pencil, give me a moment. Those are indefinite articles. In English, you have a, an and some. Some is for plural. What do we have in French? Let's take a look and let's do it in the same order. Okay, so we have des, une, un. Okay, so I'm doing plural first, then feminine. Here you don't have the L apostrophe equivalent, right? Like in les articles définis, you had les, L apostrophe, la, le. Here you don't have 4, you have only 3, right? In fact, the second one is absent, okay? So we have des, une, un. Now you tell me the rules based on what we've already done with les articles définis. What do you think des is like? So des is rhyming with les, no? So apply the same rule. So ends with S or X. Sorry, I'm writing shorthand for with. Yeah. Ends in S or X. What is une? Feminine. What is un? Masculine. Awesome. Now let's apply this to the exercise. Okay. Are you ready? Let's try. So let's try a few different words. Let's try, for example, chateau, which is a castle or a fortress, traditional French architecture, very beautiful. Okay, chateau. So castles, and then let's try crayon, which is actually a pencil. Okay, what else? Okay, let's try a jardin, garden, and let's do conversation. Okay. All right. Now let's remember your three options. You have only they, in, Days ends with S or X. So start with the first one. Chateau. Does it end with S or X? Yes. So I put my they and I'm done. Okay. Second one. Crayon. Okay. I have three options. They, in, So does it end with S or X? No. There's no starting with a vowel in this case, right? So you go straight to the gender chart. Is this feminine? How do I know something's feminine? Apply the same gender chart again. Does it end with E? Nope. Does it end with T-I-O-N? Not just O-N. Does it end with T-I-O-N? No. Does it end with A-I-S-O-N? No. So that leaves me with, this is masculine. So I'm going to do Okay, there we had la for feminine. Here we have yun. And there we had la for masculine. And here we have Okay. Some people get confused with, oh, I can't remember if la is feminine or la is feminine. Okay. One thing that has helped me is my own name. And a lot of Indian names, if you see, end with an A, like Vidya, Divya, Nitya, Kavita, Savita, Sunita, and so on, right? You can probably have a rap song with that, yeah? So, la, it ends with an so it's feminine. That's how I remember it, okay? And, yeah. And yun, oh, I can't remember if yun is feminine or You remember your feminine rules in gender chart? It said ends with E, T-I-O-N, A-I-S-O-N, no? So, this ends with an E. That's one way to remember. So, it ends with an E, so this article itself is feminine. Okay. All right. Let's do this one. Jardin. Does it end with S or X? No. Does it end with E, T-I-O-N, A-I-S-O-N? No. So again, I'm back to un jardin. Not the castles, some castles. Okay. Article indéfini. Some castles, a pencil. Ta-da. A pencil. Okay. And a garden, just a garden, not like the garden that's opposite my house, but just a garden, any garden, okay? And then we have conversation. Try pronouncing it also. French is beautiful when your mouth also gets engaged in it. So, conversation. Conversation. Okay? So, okay, let's run it through. Does it have an S or X? No. Does it end with E? No. T-I-O-N? Yes. So, I get my answer here itself. I don't have to go this far. Une conversation. A conversation. Okay. So, that brings us to the end of the topic of les articles indéfinis. Okay. Awesome. Take a 2-minute break. Just go through the charts. Don't go through anything else. While I sip some water. Go through just the two charts. Just let your eyes rest on it. If you need, just recite it back to yourself. Les articles définis, les, la, le. What are the rules? Les articles indéfinis, des, une, un. Okay? And we are back. So let's do one more stacking on this. Les adjectifs démonstratifs. Okay? Alright, now again a very fancy way of saying, don't kill me for this, but it's literally this and these. Okay, and we have 4 ways of saying this and these in French. Again, why so much complexity? Because we have genders in French, masculine, feminine, and we also have numbers. Okay, like in English, we would just say the dog, the cat, the mom, the dad, the donkeys, you know, whatever animate, inanimate objects, singular, plural, male, female, we just say the and finish it. But there we saw, no, we had 4 different classifications, no. So like that here also we'll be having 4. Let's do it the same way. We'll do say, set, sir for now. I told you there are 4, but I'm just teaching you 3. We'll stack the 4th one. I call it the annoying one. Okay, we'll stack it soon. Let's look at these 3. Now, even if you know jack about the topic, even if you don't know anything about this, can you guess what the rules are based on what we've covered? This chap here seems to rhyme with lay and they, no? So what do you think the rule is for this? Yes, ends in S or X. Okay, that's a no-brainer. So we have ends in S or X. Okay, and then we have Seth, ends with an E, no? What do you think it's equivalent to? Femina. Femina, right? Like Yun, Seth. So what is it? Femina. So you go to the gender chart and then you find out. And what are the rules for if a word is feminine? Ends with E, Tion, Aison. Okay. And what is sir? It looks like L-E. So this is masculine. So far so good. Okay, let's take a look at some exercises and then I'll give you the fourth annoying one. Okay, let's get this right. So this means a plate. This might be a more familiar word based on the lessons. Okay. So we have this, whatever words are given here, you follow the rules of 1, 2, 3. Okay. So take Asiyat, run it through this filter. Don't get confused. Don't be like, oh yeah, this is S, so let me put. Don't jump your answers. Okay, don't get excited. Go systematically so you don't miss an answer or get confused. Okay. So French is kind of very deceptive because it's very simple stuff, but then it just keeps stacking, so you'll have a huge volume of stuff to remember. Okay, and then suddenly there'll be an exception, there'll be a change in the rule, so you have to be very systematic with your brain. Okay, in fact, what I advise, which I will put as a separate study skill video also, is as soon as you see the topic les adjectifs démonstratifs, please write this down in a pencil in your answer paper so that it becomes an open book reference. If you're going to hold this in your brain and process this, there's going to be a mistake. Okay, so it's better if you can write this down. You can even imagine you're sitting in my class and you're referring to my board, but refer to your own writing and then just run your answers through that. Okay, so on that note, let's run Asiyat through this. Does it end in S or X? No. Does it end with E? Tion, Aison? Yes. So I'm going to go with Seth. Basically means this plate. Okay, this plate. Asiyat. Okay, Shien. Does it end with S or X? Yes. So I get my answer here itself. I don't need to go further. These dogs, female dogs. Shien, these dogs. Okay, Dasha. Does it end in S or X? No. Does it end with E, Tion, Aison? No. So that leaves me only with Sasha. The cat. This cat, sorry. The cat would be Lasha. Okay, this cat. And then we have Fet. End with S or X? No. Does it end with E? Yes. So I get Set Fet. This festival. Okay. So that brings us almost to the end, but I'm going to throw in what should I say, a googly, if I may call it that. All right. Give me one moment while I quickly get my red marker because I don't want you to ever forget this, so I'm going to write it in red. Okay. And I'm back. So let's do this. Set. Uh-oh, what is that? This is also masculine, starting with a vowel. Okay, so these both are actually masculine. Okay, now why do we have this annoying set? We will see it when we come to the topic of contractions. Okay, if I don't mention it, remind me. But we will see it when we come to the topic of contractions. For now, just remember that we have sir, set. Two options are there for masculine. So let's look at something for CET. Dash Ani. Run from the top, don't run from down. Okay, so we have, does it end with S or X? No. Does it start, not start with a vowel, that's under les articles définis. Does it end with E, Tion, Aison? No. So it's masculine, but under masculine I have two options. Okay, you can even write it as MSC and MSV. That has helped me a lot. Masculine starting with consonant, masculine starting with vowel. Okay, so is it a masculine starting with a consonant? No. Is it a masculine starting with a vowel? Yes, yes, and yes. So then I do Satan. Okay, all right. Let's do maybe a couple of words and then we'll go to the next topic. We are still in the same topic. I think this should do. Yeah, okay. So let's go through this. Les adjectifs démonstratifs. So the moment I see that, I don't even go into my questions. I write down my half pager from my notebook because that is my best friend and the love of my life. Okay, that is going to be my lifeboat, my all in all, my lighthouse. What am I praising with all these words? My half pager or my 3 or 4 lines for every topic that I've written down. That is what I'm praising. Okay, so please don't even go into this because this is designed to confuse and make you feel overconfident or whatever. Okay, this is a trap. Don't go into the trap without your tools. What are your tools? Les adjectifs démonstratifs. Write it down. I cannot say it enough number of times, so I will keep saying it. At least just write this down. Even if you don't want to write the explanations, just for God's sake, please write it down. Okay, all right. So we have this. Now let's run through. Does it end with S or X? Nope. Does it end with an E? Yes. But is it one of the exceptions? We saw livre and arbre. No, we saw those are masculine. So this is clearly masculine. That brings you to these two. This is MSC. This is MSV. So is it masculine starting with a consonant? Nope. So it's masculine starting with a vowel. Set arbra. Set arbra. It will sound like set only, but you'll know because you know arbra is masculine. Set arbra. Okay. Next one, appartement. Does it end with S or X? No. Does it end with E, Tion, Aison? No. So brings me to this. Is it MSC or MSV? It is a V. So it is again cet appartement. Okay. Next one, bâtiment, building. Okay, apartments are in a building. So let's see, ends with S or X? No. Ends with E, Tion, Aison? No. Brings me to masculine. Does it start with a consonant or a vowel? Consonant. So I do ce, bâtiment, this building. Okay. This building, this apartment, this tree. Okay. Finally, we have dash tableau. This board is what I'm saying. Okay. So ends with S or X? No. Starts with a... See, I keep going back to les articles définis. Ends with S or X? No. Ends with E, Tion, Aison? Nope. Does it... Then it's only masculine. Does it start with a consonant? Yes. So it leaves me with this. Okay. So that brings us to the end of 3 huge topics. Take a break if you need to. Go find some exercises. This is a really good website. lates.texas.edu, something like that. Just put lates.texas also, you'll get it. And then write your topic, les articles définis. Okay, I love these guys' comprehensive exercises. And it's awesome, the answers and the way they've crafted it. There's a little intro section, it's like so well done. So please make use of these guys' hard work. Okay. So do les articles définis, les articles indéfinis and les adjectifs démonstratifs from here. Okay. All right. Let's do one more, shall we? But if you need to take a break, give your brain some rest so that whatever you've learnt It's like you cannot keep on eating, right? You have to give the stomach time to digest. The brain is not very different. You cannot keep dumping new information. You will know which zone you're in. Okay, are you still able to absorb, or do you need to just sit with what you've learned so that it settles deep and clear and sure, so that, and then you can stack upon that. Okay, because impatience will backfire when it comes especially to French learning. So see, if you need to take a break, take a 10-minute break. Okay, do some exercises or do something completely different and then come back to this. Okay, all right, let's, in the meantime I'll continue here. So let's do the next topic. Les adjectifs possessifs. Okay, so maybe I should talk a little bit about adjectives. Give me a moment. Okay, so what is an adjective? So suppose I said, this is a blue car, or that's an old house, or she's a young woman, right? So are there adjectives in these sentences? Yes, there are. They are qualifying words that give you information about a noun, right? So like young, old, rich, poor, tall. What was the other one I said? This is a blue car, colors, numbers, all those are considered adjectives. So the previous topic we saw was called adjective demonstrative. Why was it called that? So suppose there's a sentence, I have a book, okay? And I have another sentence, I love this book, okay? I have a book, we are using it as an article, a book, like any book. But if you look at the sentence, I love this book, is there any word giving you information about the book? Yes, there is. There's the word this, right? It's not I love any book. I'm saying I love this particular book. In fact, this is one of my favorite books. So I love this book, okay? So that means I'm focusing, or I'm demonstrating, I'm like pointing out, hey, this is the one I love, not that, this. Okay, so since I'm giving you information about the book, that's why it's called a demonstrative adjective. Okay, now what is a possessive adjective? Let's take an example. I love your book. Okay, so your is an adjective because it gives me some information about the book. But what kind of an information does it give? It gives me the information about the ownership of the book, or the owner of the book, which is you, right? Or if I say I love his book, Paul has a huge library, I love his books. Okay, so I'm talking about Paul's books. So anything that gives you information about the owner, that adjective is called a possessive adjective. Okay, so let's look at possessive adjectives. Before that, I'm presuming you're familiar with je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. If you're not, then what we'll do is let's quickly jump over there. I'll run you through that, okay, and then we'll come back here, okay. Now, even if you think you know les pronoms sujets, just stick with me, give me about 2 minutes. Let me give you a quick refresher, and then that will be a firm foundation for you to understand the rest of French, okay. So let's see les pronoms sujets, and then we'll come back to adjective possessive. So pronoms sujets is you have je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle. Okay, so what is pronom sujet? Pronom is anything instead of a noun. Pronoun, instead of a noun. Okay, and subject. What's a subject of a sentence? You remember we used to do these little exercises. They give you a long sentence. A mango is the king of all the fruits. And then you have to cut the sentence into subject and predicate. Remember that? Yeah. So the subject is the hero of the sentence. The subject is usually in the beginning. It's usually before the action. The cat jumped over the cow jumped over the moon. Okay, so the cow will be your subject. Okay, so the jumped is your action and the cow is your subject, right? The hero of the sentence, the doer of the action, that's called your subject. Okay, now what is a subject pronoun? Now suppose I'm talking about the cow that jumped over the moon. Okay, let's look at two sentences. The cow jumped over the moon and the cow was happy to do that. Okay, so instead of saying, okay, let's do three more sentences. Okay, the cow jumped over the moon. The cow was super happy to do that. The cow tried to find a way back to the earth. Okay, but the cow couldn't. Okay, so the cow lived happily ever after on the moon. Okay, so instead of saying the cow, the cow, the cow so many times, I've used the word the cow 5 times, right? So what can I replace? Remember, the word pronoun meant substitute or replace the noun. So what can I say instead of the cow, the cow, the cow? So in the first sentence, I can introduce the subject, the cow jumped over the moon, and then I can switch to, and it felt very happy, and but it wanted to come back, it couldn't find a way back, and it lived happily ever after. You see the usage of the word it. That is a subject pronoun. Okay, so why do we need subject pronouns? Can't I just keep saying the cow 5 times? It's very tiring to say it, it's very tiring to hear it. Okay, and it's easier to understand when we use subject pronouns. Okay, we have it across languages. Okay, and in English we have it as I, you, he, she, we, you, they. Okay, now let's look at it in French. So je, I. To is you singular, used in an informal context when you're talking to friends your age or someone younger than you. Il, he, she. He, she. Okay. Il, they. This is actually he, she, it also. We don't have an it in French. So since all objects also have masculine, feminine, we saw, no? Arbor is tree, arbor is masculine. So everything is masculine, feminine. So they decided, let's not do an it only. Let's just reuse il only for objects also. Okay, so depending on the sentence, you may read it as he or as an it. Okay. Now, we, you, and they. Now, why are we saying this is you and this is also you? This is you with respect. Okay, you have it in a couple of, you have it, actually in the 3 Indian languages that I know, you have it in all 3. Okay, like for example, tu is ni in Tamil, nuvu in Telugu, tu in Hindi. Tu kya kar rahe re, we tell nee enna pandra, nu em chestandavu. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, now this you use it for informal, and you're just chilling with friends, you're talking to people younger than you and all of that. So it's only singular. Okay, but this is very formal. Vu. Okay, it's like your equivalent of aap in Hindi, or neenga in Tamil, or meeru in Telugu. Okay, aap kya kar rahe ho? Aap is like, what are you doing? In English, we have just one you. We just use it for anyone and everyone, right? But in French and in Indian languages, you have 2 U's. Informal and formal. Okay. Chill, and this is with respect. Okay. Yeah, so who is like, yeah, so meerem chestunnaru, aap kya kar rahe ho, neenga enna pandringa. So what are you doing only, but with respect and formality. Okay. All right, so time to cut the cake. Sorry, not a birthday cake, but we're going to cut the sujet, pronoun sujet cake. So let's give it a cut like this, and we have singular and plural. Okay, but ma'am, you just said who is singular. You said it's you. No, like in the Indian languages, who can be used for a group as well. It can be used for a singular person with respect. It can be used for a group as well. Group of young people and so on. Okay, so that is that. So this is singular, plural mostly, but who is a, it crosses over both the categories. So we have singular, plural. Now let's cut the cake this way. What happens here? This is first person, second person, third. Okay, first person, second person, and third person. So what is that? First person is when the speaker is referring to himself or herself, okay, in the singular. So I am Nitya, I woke up early today, I am pretty excited to be here, okay, I am so happy to teach you all this stuff that I love, okay, I. Now, I plus someone is we, no? So I am Nitya. I'm happy to be here with you. We have covered so many topics today. We are making great progress in 35 minutes. Okay? Can't wait to do more stuff together. Oh, there's no I or we. Yeah, but you get the drift, right? So this is basically we. Okay? All right. Then we have second person. We have two, that's singular, and who, that is plural as well as singular. So two of who, why do we call it second person? Because the speaker is not referring to himself or herself. He's talking to the person in front of them. Okay, so you're like you. Okay, you. So in my case, I'd be talking to you. Okay. Third person is, hey, it's not me, it's not you. It's not even me plus someone. It's none of all this. Not this, not this, not this. It's just somebody else completely, altogether different. He, she, third party we say, no? Like somebody else. Third party or third person. Okay, in that you have singular plural. He, she and they. Okay. Alright, so on that note, let's jump into your... it is adjective possessive. Okay. Okay, so this adjective possessive, like I told you, is talking about. We saw the example of I love his books. Was it Paul has a beautiful library, and I love his books. So his is a possessive adjective. It tells you who the owner of the books is, which is in this case is Paul. Okay, so I like to map, I like to stack stuff one on the other. We've just seen je tu illal nu tu nu vu illal. So I'd like to write that down and then stack it with this. Okay. So we have remember the topic we're looking at adjective possessive. Okay. Let's look at these first. We have momame, tontate, sonsa, se. Okay. Now what is the meaning of all this? This is just three ways of saying my, three ways of saying your, three ways of saying his or her. In English, you have two ways. His, you'll say, look at his book, or look at his foot, or look at his face, okay? And then you'll switch to look at her face, okay? But here in French, you do not have that distinction. You have it as just son sa se, for his and her, okay? We'll look at this first, and then we'll start novo illal after this, okay? So, for example, I say, oh, this is an exception, so we'll do a simple one. I want to say I love my pen, okay? I actually do. So, I love my pen. So, j'adore dash stylo. So, when I see here, I come to the je line, okay? And I write down my options. Mon, ma, me. Okay? Now, how do I pick which one is the best fit for this blank? Always remember the concept of marriage. Okay. So in French, the words that sit next to each other have to marry each other. Okay. If they do not marry or agree with each other, they're going to fight for the rest of their lives. Okay. And we all know that doesn't augur well, or that doesn't feel right at all. Okay. So make sure that these two are marrying each other. So now that you've got je, you've got momame, do the analysis for this. Analysis means just do the gender and plurality, the gender and number we call it, okay? Is it masculine, feminine? Is it singular, plural? Do that analysis for this word. Don't do it for je. A common mistake by beginners is, oh, je, okay, I'm a boy, I'm a single, so it's masculine singular. No, no, no. Don't do the analysis for that because this word is very far away from your dash. There's some action and all happening in the middle, no? So take these two together and do the analysis here. Make sure they marry and they don't fight with each other. Okay? So stilo, what is it? It is masculine singular. Okay, so let's look at the rules for adjective possessive, masculine singular, feminine singular vowel, feminine singular consonant, plural. Okay, again follow the same order of may, ma and mo. Okay, everywhere you start with the plural, lay, they, say. Now we are looking at may. Okay, then your brain, your pattern also will be set. You won't be like confused, oh, is it this, is it that? No. So start with may, ma, mo. Okay, so is it may? No, it doesn't end with S or X. Ma'am, but what are the rules? Yeah, same rules only, nothing major. Okay, so may, say, lay, all of them ends with S or X. Is it ending with S or X? Nope. So skip may. What about ma? Is it feminine singular consonant? First of all, is it even feminine? Let's see. Is it ending with E, T-I-O-N, A-I-S-O-N? Nope. So it's not feminine. Leaves me with masculine. Now in masculine, I have only one option. Only for feminine, I have a break here. Okay, and I'll tell you why we have that break when we do the subject of contractions. Okay, which will be my next video. We'll be looking at ER, RE, IR verbs and all that. So there we'll know. For now, just memorize it. Okay. This is masculine singular, so I have only one option, mostly. Are they going to fight with each other? No, because this is for masculine singular and this is masculine singular. Okay. All right. Let's try another one. L, li, dash, livre. Aha. In this livre abra committal, no, I become alert. I'm like, oh, these exception buggers are here. Okay. So, L, dash, livre. I already know this is masculine, but I don't want to scramble my brain. So, I'm going to go systematically. L means I come to this line. My options are say, sa, son. Okay. Now remember, I have to kick out L and whatever verb and everything. I have to just zoom in on this. What among these three can sit here and not fight with each other? Okay. Can I put SES? No, there's no S or X. So I cannot, they will not agree. They will fight. Can I put sa? Sa is for feminine singular consonant. What is my feminine rules? Ends with E. Yes, it ends with E. But nope, it's an exception. Go back to your gender chart, you would have written it. En arbre, en livre. They are exceptions. So this bugger is clearly masculine. So for masculine, I have only one option. Son livre. You see now, if I would have just seen L, oh, L is female, so I should put sa. But sa and livre would not have agreed with each other. And they would have thought the answer will be wrong. Okay, so just use this word to find out which row to come to. And once you come to the row, within that row, we say which column, you know. The which column decision depends on the agreement between these two words. Okay, practice a lot so you don't get confused. It's two clear, definite, exclusive steps that you have to do. Do not mix the two. Okay, let's try one more. I want to say Paul lives in his house. Paul habite dans sa... I uttered it already. Dans dash maison. Okay, so Paul means illel. So I have the options say, sa, son. Okay. Now, when it comes to the selection, rub out all this. You don't even need all this. Once you've got this down, you can even just scratch it all out, tear it up, burn it, whatever. Okay, just focus on dash and maison. Now, which of these will agree with maison? Can I put say maison? Does it even look okay? No, no way. Because it doesn't end with S or X. How can I make them sit together? They're going to fight unto death, right? So I cannot put that. Okay, brings me to sa. Is this feminine, singular? I don't know. Let me go to the gender chart and see. Gender chart ends with E. Nope. Tion. Nope. Aison. Yes. Okay. And is it, now when I come to feminine, I have two options, FSC, FSV. Is it FSC? Yes. So then I do a sa. Okay. Now I'm just going to resurrect or bring back to life all that I had burned down. So we had Paul, say habite dans sa or adore sa maison. Okay. Paul habite dans sa maison. You see how it's a guy. Okay. So, but if I would not have followed my steps, I would have probably written son. Paul is masculine singular, so I should put son. No, 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 no. Please do not go with Paul. You have to go with the house. Because sa is going to sit with the house, not with Paul. Paul sa, we're not going to say sa Paul and something else, right? Okay. So, all right. Now the other three, if you've got this, are fairly simple. What if it's nous? It's notre, notre, no. Our. For vous, votre, votre, vos. Your. But this is formal, okay? We write formal. Informal. Il, elle, leur, leur, leur. There. Okay, I can just easily flash a chart for you, but they say it's really good if you can watch a person write letter by letter, then it apparently sticks faster, and I've seen that with my learners as well. So as much as it's easier for me to just flash a PowerPoint and show you guys, I take the labor of writing it so that you see the words coming, like coming up letter by letter and then making sense and so on. Gives the brain the time to just process stuff as it appears letter by letter. Okay, so in case you are wondering why am I so dinosaur in my teaching and just insisting on writing. Okay, all right, so yeah, so let's see, for example, nous mangeons, exception, dash, dîner. Okay, we eat our dinner. So when I see nous, I come to this line and I write down nos or notre. This is actually simpler because here I don't need to do gender analysis. Only plurality I have to look at. So dîner. Okay, so once I do nous, I pick up nos, notre, then I erase all this. I don't care what is going on there. I only zoom into dash and dîner. Can I write nos dîner or notre dîner? Okay, no is if it ends with S or X, which it doesn't. So then I go with notre. Okay, we eat our dinner. Okay, vous vendez dash voiture. You are selling your cars. So when I go to vous, I get two options, votre, votre, vos. I can just write down one votre because it doesn't make a difference. Once I write it down, erase all this. We don't need to know that. Now, is it vos or votre? Which one will agree and marry and not fight and not kill? Which one can I seat here? It would be vos because it ends with S or X. Okay. Okay, let's see. Ils aiment beaucoup dash jardin. They love a lot or they like a lot their garden. They like the garden a lot. Okay, so ils gives me the option of leur or leurs. You tell me what the answer is. So which one can sit here to agree with this, not with this? Which one will it be? Jardin is not ending in S or X, so it is leur. So you see, ils can be plural, no problem. That does not make it always leurs. Okay, don't assume that, oh, it's plural here, so it has to be leurs. No. It's plural here, so go to that row, pick up your options, write it down, then erase the rest of the sentence. See which two will agree and then put that in. Okay? Alright. So I'll stop it here for now. In the comments, if you can share your email ID, I'll be happy to send a PowerPoint that I've really worked super hard at. Okay? And it has some 69, 70 slides. Okay, but it's not to overwhelm you. I'm actually walking you through this only, slide by slide. So instead of you having to, make your own ready reckoner of formulas, okay, that's also good if you write it, it's an additional way to memorize. But the PowerPoint is a ready reckoner. Okay, so it has those 70 slides with all that you need for your French grammar. It cuts across tenses, it cuts across article, les pronoms personnel, all the topics are covered in that. A good, solid, delicious 70 slide presentation. Okay, so I'll be very happy to share it with you. So please share your email ID and I'll see you in the next class. Don't forget to keep practicing. Okay, so go to lights.texas.edu, put down these topic names, put down les adjectifs possessifs, article définis, all of that, and keep practicing. Let me know what errors you come up with, if you do come up with errors. If you're not able to self-resolve, I'll be happy to clarify. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir.